Welcome to Digital Marketing Gyan Podcast, your one-stop destination to explore the latest happenings, strategies, tools, techniques, and case studies in the digital marketing domain. I'm your host Prince Kumar, and we have Peter Gurgis, the founder of Grace Digital Solutions and Swift Press Support with us today. Peter, a seasoned digital expert, is the dynamic force behind SwiftPress Support, with a rich history as the founder of Grace Digital Solutions. Peter has a proven track record in crafting exceptional websites for diverse clients, from businesses to personal brands, a recognized figure in the digital space. Peter has been honored multiple times by Wells Fargo Leadership Club. Hi, Peter, a warm welcome on our show.
Thank you so much, Prince. It's an honor to be here. I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Okay, and we are excited to have you on our show and discuss one of the important topic that we have not touched that much into our show, that is about the landing page design. And today we will be exploring more from you about the science behind creating a beautiful and amazing landing page that helps in getting more conversions for the client.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. It's a wonderful topic, and I think it's something that many people will be interested in.
definitely. So, to start our conversation for today, can you introduce yourself a bit and share about your corporate journey?
Yes, absolutely. So, as you were sharing at the beginning, Prince, is that, my background is with websites. So, originally I started out my career actually as an IT guy. So I'm originally went into IT, and probably about midway into my career, my boss had needed somebody to take care of the websites for one of the organizations that I worked at. And so he asked me to take care of it. And I started learning about websites and everything. And at the time, WordPress was the number one most popular platform. And ever since then, it just grew exponentially. And today, it's still the number one most popular web building platform. And so, as I began to take on this project for my organization, I also started a side hustle to build a business and to start, getting some extra income. And I began getting new clients and building for them websites for them. So I've been doing that now for almost 14 years. And I've been building websites and helping out clients. And typically, my clients are going to be business owners and marketers. So that's been a little bit more about my corporate journey.
Great, great. That has been an amazing journey. And now coming to the topic that we have for today. So, for the audience who are majorly the marketers out there, or there are some business owners also. So, can you give a bit of idea about what is a landing page? And also, they generally get confused with a different other form, such as a website and homepage. So, what are the key differentiator between all of them?
Sure, absolutely. So a landing page is going to be different in the way that it is because it's usually going to take people to a certain page in which you want them to do a single call to action. And the call to action could be different things. Sometimes it could be to purchase your product, it could be to purchase your service, or it could be to sign up for a free download. So it doesn't have to be just for paid products, but it's singularly focused just to get people to take your call to action and to also minimize distractions. So a lot of times these landing pages for sophisticated marketers, they will remove the navigation from the website. They'll also remove the footer, and all will just be very simple, very easy to see. Hey, what do you want the client to do, or what do you want the prospective customer to do? And they go ahead and do that. The homepage, of course, is going to be, the main entry point for a website, and that's going to be just have the information about the people and for the prospective clients. So those are kind of the differences between a landing page and a homepage.
Definitely. And one other point that I wanted to add into that for our listeners out there is that on homepage there are a lot of navigation places where one can go upon. Let's say if anyone want to go into the product page, they can click and they can go on there. But on landing page, the purpose is to generate the lead out there. So we generally avoid any kind of distraction so that people come. Our objective is to get the user fill that inquiry form, and then if required, then they can go on different page.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, so what do you think are the best practices that one should follow in order to create a landing page for businesses that will help crack more sales?
Oh, sure. Yeah, this is a very deep topic, Prince, so we can go into so many directions. So let me know, please, how you want to take the conversation from here. Because there's so many things that can be done. But the number one most important thing is to create an amazing headline that captures your audience's attention and that enters the conversation that they are already thinking in their minds, and regarding also how your product or service helps them in this area. So this is going to be, because that's going to be the very first thing that they see when they go to the landing page, is going to be the headline. So the importance of the headline is to get for the person to read the very next thing, which is going to be maybe your introductory text, or to look at the image. So one thing pulls another. It's kind of like a waterfall. So think about it, as the water falls, in comes more drops. But if there was going to be some kind of water that stops from the waterfall, then the whole waterfall stops. And that's the whole point, is that your landing page needs to be like a waterfall, taking people down, 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 all the way, so people can get the information that they need and to do your call to action. So I would say the number one most important thing is the headline, and we can go into talk a little bit later if you'd like about how to create an amazing headline for it. And then it's gonna very important in this year and beyond is to have an amazing and compelling web design, because people really do care about what things look like. Because just think about it, like if you go to a restaurant, sometimes you might go to a restaurant and, hey, you know what? It's a nice restaurant. It looks good. It entices you to go in. Maybe there's some places, that maybe it's not it doesn't have a nice atmosphere. The lighting is poor. And you take a look at it from the window and you're like, oh no, man, I don't want to go there. So that's the same thing with websites. Is it inviting? Is it, up to the latest trends? People do care about that, and it does influence them, and it helps to create either a professional atmosphere if you have a good design, or you'll have a non-professional atmosphere if you do it, yourself. A lot of times people are also building it to their own tastes, how they like their website to look like. But really, to be honest with you, that doesn't matter. What matters is, what do your customers and your ideal prospects, what do they think is beautiful, and what do they like? And you want to cater to their wants and their needs.
Got it, got it. Okay, so just going one step ahead of this, if you can just let us know what are the five key things that, let's say, B2B business should have on their landing page, and five key things that B2B business have on their landing page. If you can, just
Yeah.
differentiate about that, that will help the audience to understand it better.
Sure, absolutely. So definitely for landing pages, and they're going to have, whether it's business to business or business B2B or B2C, basically you're going to have several things. Is that one, you're going to need to have the hero section, the headline section. Okay, so in that area you're going to talk about what's the benefit and what exactly do you do. Now in this area, it's very important for you to basically tell exactly what it is that you're doing or what it is that you're offering, because there is something on Google called the 5-second test. And this 5-second test says that, hey, if somebody comes to visit your website and they don't understand what it is that you do within 5 seconds, they will leave and you will have a high bounce rate, which is bad. You don't want that. So you want to have the hero section with the headline and your call to action. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to book a call? Do you want them to do a free download? Do you want them to buy now? What it is, put that in the very top section. We call it the hero section, so people call it the masthead. That's very important. Next, we like to write the benefits, is to say, hey, what are the benefits? The benefits are different than the features. So a lot of times people say, oh, you know what, buy my bike. It's very it has, so many features and it can do so many things. But really, you don't want the features, you want the benefits. Like, what does your bike provide? Maybe it provides comfortable. Maybe it's very eco-friendly so that, you're not, releasing pollutants in the air. Those are all going to be benefits about those things. So you want to write about 3 benefits, I would say, in the next section. So that's section number 2. Next section is what I like to have. It's called the problem solution section. And then in the problem solution section, you're going to talk about, hey, what is the problem that the customer is having as it relates to your product or service that you're offering? So, for example, maybe you're offering a bike for somebody, just like we're giving in our example. Then, hey, you could say like, hey, are you tired of waiting in traffic? You can get there so much faster, by going on a bike, in short distances, or by our electric bike. Maybe you're offering an electric bike, so you can go even further. So those kind of things, you need to have a problem solution section. Think about, what are the words that they're using, and try to use the same words, because that will help to make a connection, a bridge between you and the prospective client. Next section is that you're going to create a section called the how it works section. So in it, you basically want to boil down what exactly the client has to do business with you, and make it into 3 and no more than 4 steps. All right. And then so you're going to be like, this is how it works. 3 simple steps. Step 1, do this. Step 2 is do this. And step 3 is that. That's it. We say it's the how it works section. Then after that, you create the testimonial section. And in the testimonial section, you can provide testimonials from other people that have used your product or service, and you mention them. Hey, this is what other people are saying. That way, it gives validity that there's other people like you that have already purchased and that are very happy with the product or service. And the last area that you want to do is you want to do a call to action section. In the call to action section, you're going to reiterate the headline, and you're going to reiterate everything that needs to be put in there, and put in the call to action and tell people, hey, this is what you need to do. And in so doing, you're going to have all 5 sections, and this will work for both the business to business and business to consumer. The only difference, you're going to follow the same layout. The only difference is the content that will change. So I hope that helps to answer the question, Prince.
Okay, now moving to the next question. So let's say we have designed the desired landing page and we start our paid campaign. So because the purpose of landing page is definitely to generate more leads out there. So once we have started these campaigns, whether it might be a paid campaign, whether it might be the email marketing campaign or any other campaign that we want to start. So what all insights we can track that will help me understand that, okay, these are some of the problem areas that I can check upon and change the communication on my landing page, which might help in getting some more optimized result out.
Yeah, fantastic question, Prince. So this is very important, okay, because people think, and especially marketers, they're so busy and they have so many things going on. So they think, oh, okay, once I launched the campaign, on to the next thing, whether it's the next project or next campaign, and then I can just go and check, see how many leads I got. But unfortunately, there's some optimization, and that's called the CRO. That's the conversion rate optimization, about how can you make the landing page even better so that you can get even more optimization. So for me, what I like to do is that I like to install different tools like Hotjar or some other tools like out there that tell people, hey, how far are people scrolling on your web page, and what are the areas where they're clicking. These are going to tell you'll be able to see a chart to see exactly what are the hot areas where people are clicking, and be able to see how far people are scrolling. And you will be amazed at how much people are not scrolling as far down on the page as you think. So that means that if people are getting stuck in the very top or in the middle of the page, this tells you that this is a problem area in your page, because people are losing interest. And so you will need to work on this area to maintain the people's interest. And just like we were giving that waterfall analogy, you need to lead them down the page so that you can continue to get them to maintain the interest that they want. So this is very important. So I would say definitely that. Also doing A/B testing, creating maybe another version of your page and sending traffic to that one where you only change one thing at a time. This is the very important part about conversion rate optimization. Do not change more than one thing at a time. Just one thing. A/B testing. Maybe you change out the headline. That's going to be very
Sorry.
important for changing the for trying out different things. Is trying to change out the headline and seeing which headline performs better. So those are some of the things that you can do to, take your landing page to the next level after you're finished your campaign so that you can get even more leads and get even more conversions.
Great, great. Definitely that will help. Now, let's say we have received the leads through the landing page. Okay. Now, what do you suggest? Should there be any other landing pages or should there be any page other that should be created upon which we can use for nurturing those leads and try to convert them into customers?
Yeah, I think you can do that as your part of your strategy, Prince. But I think that the important thing here is to create your nurturing campaign somewhere probably off of your website. So where is that going to be through emails? Emails is quite popular, so you could definitely use the emails, and emails still has very good rates and it gives you a lot of insights. So I think having a nurturing campaign inside the emails is good. You can do text messaging campaign, WhatsApp campaign. Also is could be very very good for your audience, just depending on where they're at. But there is a very popular thing from Google. I think it's the 7711. I forgot exactly what it is, but basically it's telling you about hey, you know what, your ideal client before they even do any business with you needs like 7 different touch points at least in different areas, and with using different areas on different platforms before they can even become your client. So when they're coming through, your funnel and they're just still very cold audience, they just barely learning about you, you need to warm them up. So don't expect that they're going to buy the next day or even within a week. It's just not going to be the case. You're going to have to get them warm, give them also some educational things that you offer as a part of that nurturing sequence to take them down until finally they want to do business with you, and you can finish up your nurture campaign, and hopefully you can upsell them into other services that you have.
Definitely, definitely, that will be the way forward. Now, you have given a lot of advice today. Any last piece of advice that you would like to give to the business owners?
Yes, one piece of advice. If there's anything that you're going to take away from this, it's from today's interview, it's this: don't give up. Always persevere, always be determined, because you know what? I have created several landing pages before, and I thought they were going to make a lot of money, and a lot of different people were going to buy from me. And after I did it and I ran traffic to it and everything, nobody bought, not even one. And sometimes even just one person only bought. And you know what? I regretted my time, that I spent on these projects and services. But after I left away and I came back to the project after a while and I came back to troubleshoot it, I was able to find out that I made some very big mistakes that were costing me a very high price. And once I fixed those, wow, it made such a huge difference. Either I pivoted into the right direction, or I came up with a different idea, and the idea was very profitable for me and it worked out extremely well. So sometimes after things don't work out the way that you want, you just need to take a step back, take a look, zoom out a little bit so that you can see the whole picture. Don't give up, iterate, pivot, try new things, maybe take a different direction, and hopefully that will get you to your ultimate destination, which is success.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, so with this, now we have come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much, Peter, for your time, and it was very lovely discussing about creating an amazing landing page that will help you connect. Thank you so much, and we look forward to have you again.
Thank you so much, Prince. Such a pleasure to meet you. Such a pleasure to be here with your audience. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and I can't wait to have many more in the future.